Hi guys. As you can see, I look kind of frustrated because I am. The thing is, oh my goodness. So my I should say my ticket lady, my ticket lawyer who helped me with an appeal for a job, another job I was working at. I was working as a caregiver and a medication technician, and they randomly had some ladies come in there to say all of a sudden that I needed new fingerprints. And I'm laughing at the fact that my son's doing that stuff. He don't ever do it unless I'm making a video. That craziness right there. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. But the thing is, okay, that made me laugh. But my son, he's great. He's great. And he's crazy just like me. But the thing is, some random lady came in there talking about I need fingerprints done, and all of a sudden it was close to the time that it was expiring from the last approved fingerprints that were from 2 years ago. Well, 2 years prior to that, back in 2023. And I could tell, oh excuse me, I apologize, sorry. But anyways, I'm talking about for you guys ears if you're listening to this video when you're doing some stuff and then you hear burps, and some people are annoyed by that stuff, sorry. But um so anyways, it was just crazy because the whole thing was a setup, not a setup like that. I'm not trying to be one of those people who don't take accountability. And don't worry, guys, I'll get to the part where I take accountability for my own actions. But I'm just talking about how the lawyer, the judge, he was supposed to give me a reason, the determination, I think it was called, or if I was approved or continuing to be denied back in January. They prolonged it a month later, and I knew already that I was not getting, like, it was not going to be approved because how long they took. They prolonged it to hit, like, keep me waiting. And I have the paperwork, the whole thick paperwork that they have for that case. Um, they have so much proof. They even asked me personal questions that didn't even involve me working as a caregiver, stuff that had to do with traffic. Like, they was acting like, why were you driving without a license? They was trying to prove that I was mentally unfit for the job, even though I was already working doing that job for 4 months successfully. The people was even loving me because I wasn't making them wait for their medication. I was giving it to them at the time they were supposed to have it, and they had a slot for them to have it up to an hour earlier, which I gave it to some of them that wanted it an hour earlier, and it was within reason according to the um the documentation on the computer that told us if we were allowed to administer that medication or not. I followed it successfully. So you look like a fucking dumbass, you stupid ass judge. Look at his big ass shit. That's the whole stuff from them, like from the whole entire case, minus maybe a packet, a small little pamphlet or two that I needed to return to the attorney who's now working. She was working with me. She was from Metropolitan Public Defender's office in Portland. My son will be okay. Hold on, let me just make sure I show my face because he might feel like, Papa, you ridiculous. And then clap it. Heck no. Mama's still right here, okay, honey? Oh, Lord have mercy. So, anyways, guys, that stuff, I'll leave it like that so he can just come in when he's ready. But, so, but yeah. So, anyways, the judge on that case, I already knew some fuck shit was going on because of how it turned out. And I was like, you guys aren't even making any sense. And then I told you I was fleeing from a Scottish Rite Freemason. Just because of that, he probably went to go talk to his other brothers in the Brotherhood so that they can agree to not follow through with letting me continue to work as a caregiver slash medication tech. And I was the manager at night, like I was the lead at night because I was working night shift. So they didn't want me to have that position. So they orchestrated some shit to happen so that I can lose that job. I didn't, might I add, I didn't lose my job for doing anything wrong on the job. In fact, another nurse was pissed off because I was making her have to do her job. So I wouldn't be surprised if she orchestrated that shit at the Marquis Piedmont office. funeral, not funeral home. They making it like a funeral home. How they operate up in that mug. But I'm trying to say it's a the community homes, the retirement community homes. That's not the name they usually call it. I'm spacing it right now because I'm trying to hurry up and be quick with the story. So basically, I was just trying to talk about how um, my therapist, like, so anyways, I'm back working with my other lawyer that works at the same company as the lawyer who's working on my tickets now, which is the same lawyer who was helping me with my appeal for that. That's how she got involved in all this. And then all of a sudden she goes on vacation. So I told you about the, like, seems like everybody that they have worked with me, they randomly go on vacation for about a week or two and they come back and then there's some changes that have been made. Man, these people are stupid, man. They be doing obvious stuff. I'm not saying that my lawyers are stupid. I'm talking about the people that come to these people to get them to do something. And for some reason, and just it's annoying because some of these people, they don't, I don't know if they, the only lawyer that seemed to have been to remain upright is the lawyer who's assisting me again on this triggered CPS investigation from DHS via Kelly DeBrune Counseling, which was my intern therapist. I won't say his name, but I want you guys to be aware of that place because I'm pissed off because they're trying to stall to make me wait on filing a complaint on my therapist. And it was already spoken about that someone told him to do that and that he was going to leave. A week or 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, at the end of one of our therapy sessions, he, after him trying to force me to come to other sessions when I told him I couldn't make it, and so he chose to force it to happen on outside of office hours when he previously stated he would prefer the sessions to not take place outside of office hours on Thursdays. But he was just trying to be a dictator and control what I do. Like, oh, she not showing up to that. She gonna show up to. I would like them to remain consistent. But you said that you were sick one time and you bailed out on me at the last minute because I'm talking to my therapist. He was playing some little mind games, bullshit. He was an intern, and all of a sudden he ended on the 19th after 2 weeks or a week to 2 weeks prior to him making that. And I had a feeling that he was being sneaky trying to do that because he told me to make a complaint, file a report to a police officer about what I was saying. And so I did that. And then he told me once I do that, contact his supervisor and let them know that I did that once I did. I was like, I don't know why I had to do that, but I just followed his instruction because I was like, okay, maybe he had a reason for him wanting me to do that. I don't want to seem like I'm not trying to be compliant, so I did it. Next thing you know, I knew it's like I felt it in my spirit that he was going to try to be sneaky and do something like that because he was the way he started changing his behavior, and he hated it when I started telling him my observation about how he started behaving when I was telling him certain things. So that's why I was starting to say maybe he can't handle some of the stuff that I'm telling him. And he started acting uncomfortable, and then when I pointed certain things out to him about him acting uncomfortable with certain things, all of a sudden he starts like mocking me. And basically another word that I found out of what this that best describes my interaction with this therapist is him gaslighting me like he was some sort of narcissistic therapist. And this is a black man. He's probably from Cameroon, or he have some heritage that speaks French or something like that because he knew Fali Ipupa. I don't have any. Well, I do have French according to what they said, but not a large percentage like that guy probably does. He speaks French, I'm sure, because he has an accent a little bit, and it's not necessarily African, but he's like a dark skinned man with a fro, and he wears glasses. And I actually have. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Um, but anyways, he mentioned some things in our one of our sessions that let me know maybe he had been watching me at some point. I don't know how, or somebody who was watching me informed him about something. Because I was like, sometimes people say stuff that let you know, like, is it relates to something that you were recently doing or saying, or and they'll say something about it, and it you get the vibe it's not just a coincidence. It's because it's almost like how these people gang stalk you. Like, for instance, one time I was talking about making spaghetti for my son. Soon as I go to the store, those same bald-headed black men pull their ass up to the Safeway and then start the same ones that was responding to things I was saying in my vehicle, might I add. I always say might I add. But these men came in there, then all of a sudden a flood of black people just came through there when that's unusual. It's they always do make it obvious because it's things that take place that are unusual. It's like out of the ordinary that things happen, and a bunch of black men came through, and this time they came through with black girlfriends and children at that. And he was like, "Excuse me," he said it loud as he was coming through the aisle. Then he was like, "Oh, you want to make some spaghetti?" He was like saying it all. I was like, I just went finished what I was doing. I was polite to the lady. She came and then I dropped the tomato. I already, you guys, if you follow any of the other videos I mean not wrote, that I put up here, I posted about, it was about people trying to do little magic and stuff to make stuff fall, and I would return it to Cinder and then their stuff would fall right in front of me. I ain't even do that. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." It's almost like the lady felt embarrassed because I was being kind and polite to her, knowing full well that I knew what was going on. And then she was trying to hurry up. She stopped following me around after that. She hurried. She got her little Caucasian ass up out of there, and she stopped working with them Negroes. The dudes was in there, they was doing the most, but because they saw that every attempt they was doing, they was working hard. It was the same day that I took the picture of the woman that has a Target bag perfectly folded up to the left on the top of her basket, the where you usually sit your kid at or put your purse and stuff up there. She had it folded up and she was in Safeway. Baby, come on, don't tell me that ain't orchestrated. And then there was somebody else like right next to her who had a Walmart bag in their left hand. I'm like, y'all doing the most. I got both of those pictures on two different videos as the thumbnail for the videos. Lord, I just stopped focusing. And then some days ago, I saw them going hard in the paint. I didn't even record it because I was like, y'all doing too much. You guys are doing way too much. So I was like, "Oh, y'all doing that for me? Thank you, baby," because I ain't even big headed like that. But I see it that way at times just to annoy the f out of them, so they can stop doing some of the stuff they're doing. To see that I'm actually taking pleasure. Like I have for a good while stopped seeing a bunch of motorcycles coming through like that because I actually like that kind of stuff. I guess they weren't watching me enough to know who I really was, and that's how I know it's probably fully orchestrated from someone who don't really know me or something like that, because you guys really don't know me, man. Like, just because I'm in this skin suit right here doesn't mean you know me very well. 'Cause even the one of the police officers on the motorcycle that they had stopped me, I could tell he was a biker just because of his beard and the energy around him. He had like this long white beard. There's this cartoon that like a sort of animated show called Hoodwinked, and then they had this goat that sang songs. He reminded me of that goat on that show called, it was Little Red Robin Hood type of thing. And I forgot what lady played that. It was, they made the cartoon character look just like her, like kind of Clado animated CG type of cartoon movie called Hoodwinked, I think. Yeah, I think it was Hoodwinked. But yeah, anyways. Sorry, Mr. Bowman, but you did look kind of like that goat, though. I ain't gonna lie, but not in a bad way, though. But even I could see he felt kind of bad that he was doing what he was doing. That's why they ain't giving me the full tickets that they could be giving my ass. He said, "Well, I'll just give you for if you come there and you get a license, I'll give you a break and I'll dismiss it." I'm like, "You want to be nice? Why don't you just give me a warning then?" They can't give me no warning, baby, because they already saw them other tickets, the prior other guys, and I saw that the reason they did that is because the other tickets finally fell off my record, and I was about to have a clean driving record again. But then they had to start it all over again. And it's my fault because I didn't go get a license and I was caught traveling in my vehicle without the proper way to travel privately. So they had no choice but to say I was driving while suspended. And part of that is because I listened to something Tazadak said to do, and now I have to start completely over with getting my license. But that was like few years ago. But for some time I didn't even have a car, so I wasn't worried about trying to get a license. So that's kind of why it's that way. But don't listen to that guy, guys, unless you meet him in person and follow what he tells you to do. And even then, I wouldn't even trust it. Even from Malachian Empire, the dude that there, he's a warlock. He's not any good. I'll talk about more of that stuff. They even recently tried to finally send me my my international driver's license and international driver's permit and my tribal membership card. Now it's also some a package from Malachi Empire's on its way. After I'm kicked out, might I add again, after I'm already kicked out, what good would those cards be if I'm no longer in their system and I'm kicked out of the group? You morons. You just want to do that just so you won't have to pay me the money back, you idiots. It's Negroes like y'all ask why we can't combine and come together. You sell out fucks. So, anyways, I got so sick and tired of it. So, long story short, skip all that other stuff. I was talking about how my the lawyer who was helping me with the appeal for the other job when I was working as a caregiver and a medication tech while I had the FedEx job. I kept both jobs. I was doing pretty well until one of the ladies wanted to kick me out. I was trying to orchestrate it where I wasn't even going to try to keep both jobs I was going to do something like I was going to make the money, save it, and then make a business afterwards. But they wanted to try to interrupt that plan. You guys might have delayed, but you didn't stop, okay? So, anyways, I just was out of stressed out. I'm tired of my lawyer telling me this stuff. She's like, oh, looks like you got another ticket, blah, 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 blah. I told her, I just broke down and went ahead and told her, I was like, look, lady, this is what's going on. I'm a targeted individual. I'm a targeted individual. They stalking me. It's an actual program. Even though I'm the one who's caught when I had a licensed driver driving me around and I paid him to do that, they didn't stop me. Soon as I tried to take a risk, I told her this too. As soon as I took a risk to try to see if I could do it real quick, them couple days, they was there, and I don't know. I can't remember. It's on my email. I sent her the email. I don't remember if I told her that there was 2 undercover cops by my apartment, and then as soon as I went out, there was a moto cop again who pulled me over, Mr. Bowman, but. And then I told her, he told me to not close it because she was wondering why I didn't close out the other ticket yet so that I can get included in the Project Reset program so that they could pay the balance for those tickets. But the dude said if I get my license, because they want me to make another contract with them to go ahead, because they heard me when I was saying that I wasn't going to get a license. I was going to do what another Mason told me to do, because even though he's a part of their brotherhood and working with other people that's connected to these people over here, I mean, I don't think he's the one who's doing it because he claims that he's being gang stalked as well. But anyways, um, I don't know. But you could tell the information he provided was legitimate information. You just gotta follow it and do it. That's it. So it's on us if we don't do it, because he's the real deal. In fact, I would say he's more legit than Tazadok. He's more legit than the foreign national motherfuckers called Malachi Empire. He may even be more legit than Taquan X. I ain't gonna lie. No offense to Taquan X. You tried to cut me a break one time when you gave me a deal to pay for a consultation with you, but then you want to go up to $200 when it was $100, and that's all right because that's your business, baby. You can do whatever you want. You got a family. You got to make that money. I understand. But what I'm not gonna do is pay somebody who gonna give me some information that might or might not work for me in my state because I don't live in the same state as you. I'm not gonna do that. um yeah, if you gonna be out here telling people what to do, make sure it's information, like be mindful of people living in different states, and some states are democratic and some states are republican, and man. But that's why I had a hold up on me trying to do that stuff with the passport to make a do not detain passport. But I'm gonna hook up with homeboy that I was talking about earlier and let because he knows that to how to make the explanatory statements to add with the passport and maybe even the ID too, because I remember asking somebody about that. They was like they never thought about it like that, but they're sure that can be done, like to be able to operate and have a driver's license with the explanatory statement attached to it some kind of way. But being gang stalked, I'm pretty sure these Negroes will find some kind of way to make it hard, because they tried it before when I tried to go get something recorded at the the recorders, the county recording office or something where you take your deeds and stuff. And I complained and I called the supervisor and told them what somebody said that they could not do something I needed them to do there that day. And then he said, next time you come here, just ask for a supervisor. They'll have more information and can help you. So just from now on, if that's helpful to anybody who's watching this video who does that contract law stuff, just ask for the supervisor. If the person is giving you a problem, it's probably because they don't even have enough information, whether they're trying to gatekeep or not. Just ask for the supervisor. Then if the supervisor is trying to gatekeep, then that's when you'll know that they own some BS. Just go to another recording office somewhere else. That's what I was going to do anyways. But I just wanted to talk about how the orchestration of the police harassed me. Just like today, I went to go pay the ticket. I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting in my car and I'm going over there because y'all already know. But because they try to say, you don't have any plates on the car. I said, well, if I put this trip permit on the back, then what y'all gonna stop me for and say? So I was waiting to see if he pulled me over. So instead of me trying to get over to get from in front of him so he could stop being behind me, because I knew he'll try to get over too, and then he'll be trying to turn his lights on or something. I stayed right there. And then he just turned off when I turned my camera on to start the recording before he turned his lights on to custodially detain me. So he left, and so I turned the camera off. It was only about 40 something seconds long, but I kept it just in case, because he said he probably was like, damn it, it's on camera that she has a trip permit, so I can't make up a reason. And that's how I knew one of those officers was full of crap when he told me my tint was too dark. That's a violation, because I see all kind of people with dark ass tint and they car black. You know they tint is dark on their cars. And then they trying to stop me because all the other cops that stopped me didn't say nothing about the tint at all, period. Even though the tint is dark as F on there, but that's how my ex had it. And I was like, nah, I know why, because he was doing some stuff he ain't had no business doing. And you know how them, and it be those same men that be riding around talking, so you know how they is about niggas. And then you see them with a Caucasian American European woman. Damn, bro. Like, shut up. Anyways, just be quiet with all that. Y'all scandalous asses, romance scamming these white ladies. Damn. And they don't even know, because y'all know what that is about. I ain't even gonna say it on here because I ain't trying to piss off some slight Karens that might come across this video. But not, and that's all versions of Karens, not just European American ones either. But yeah, I was just wanting to share that, because really what this video was about, how my therapist instigated um, a CPS investigation with DHS against me, but he did it at a time where it didn't make sense. And then on top of it, he's gonna lie. He lied. He said that I said my family is in some sort of cult. I never said that to him, even if I said it to myself. So how did you know that? I wasn't talking to you when I said anything like that. Why would I say, knowing that that's going to be something he's going to be like, oh, she's cuckoo? Especially if I said it's my family. Knowing what kind of man he is, his dictatorship ass, and him trying to be sexist. I'm starting to see something about sexist men, because some of them is like that, if you know what I'm saying. So that's why I was gonna go ahead and file a complaint, but since I can't file a complaint yet, I'm talking about it here because it pissed me off so much, so bad. I know he went back and spoke to someone else, and they agreed to go ahead and instigate a CPS investigation under the guise of it being protocol for my protection, to pretend that, oh, she looked like she's slipping back into psychosis because she missed 1 or 2 nights of sleep, and she said that people were stalking her, but she does have proof of it, that people been stalking her. But we're not going to say nothing about the people that was stalking her. We're going to lie and make some shit up and say that she said that her family is in some sort of cult and that they're watching her. Bitch, you letting me know that that's probably what it is, because I didn't even say that. Not to you anyways. If I did say it, I can see myself saying that in private by myself, or to one of my friends who go through the same thing that I go through. I almost accidentally said your name. I'm trying to keep from saying it until I file that complaint. And you can't hide, because I know who you are. Little bitch. He's a pussy because he wanted to quit all of a sudden, saying, my internship is complete. All of a sudden. You're full of it.